Once upon a time in a small sunny town, there lived a boy named Shane. Now, Shane wasn't like the other kids. While they were busy playing soccer or helping their parents, Shane was often found causing trouble. He skipped school, talked back to teachers, and even played pranks on his neighbors. The townspeople would shake their heads and whisper, "That Shane is nothing but trouble." But there was one person who never gave up on Shane: his father, Mr. Peter. Mr. Peter was a kind and gentle man, known for his warm smile and his even warmer heart. He worked as a carpenter and spent his days building furniture for the people in town. No matter how much mischief Shane got into, his father always spoke to him calmly, never raising his voice. One evening, after Shane had gotten into another fight at school, Mr. Peter found him sitting alone on the porch, kicking at the loose pebbles. Instead of scolding him, Mr. Peter sat down beside his son. "Rough day?" he asked softly. Shane didn't answer at first, but after a long pause he mumbled, "I guess." Mr. Peter didn't push. He just sat there quietly, watching the sunset. The next day, Mr. Peter brought Shane to his workshop. "I need a hand with this table," he said. Shane looked surprised but followed his father inside. At first he only held the tools or swept the floor, but slowly Mr. Peter taught him how to sand the wood, hammer the nails, and polish the final piece. Days turned into weeks, and Shane began to change without even realizing it. He stopped skipping school because he wanted to help his dad in the afternoons. He stopped picking fights because his hands were too busy crafting something meaningful. The pranks faded away because Shane discovered the joy of creating, not destroying. One day a neighbor came to pick up a handmade chair, and Mr. Peter proudly said, "My son helped make this." The neighbor smiled and patted Shane on the back. "You've got a real talent there, kid." Shane's chest swelled with pride. From that day on, Shane wasn't known as the bad boy anymore. He was Mr. Peter's son, the young carpenter who could build anything with his hands and fix almost anything with his heart. And it all started with a father's kindness and a little bit of sawdust.